I know how hard you've all worked and how far we've come up till tonight. And I also know that right there by your side, every step of the way has been, is, and will be my good friend and our leader, Jason Kenney. You know, in politics, you meet a lot of people. You really do. And I am so glad that I met Jason. I am so privileged to have served with him in public life for over a decade. And I know more than anything that Jason has his heart in the right place. And you know how I know that? Because I was actually there when this all started. I was actually witness to the motives behind his actions. Let me tell you about it. I was leader of the opposition at the time in Ottawa. Jason called me up and he said, Rona, I need to see you. There's something that I need to tell you. And I asked him, would you like me to invite Stephen over, as in Harper? And he said, of course. And I said, okay. Now, before I go any further, you have to back up several months when Jason had tried unsuccessfully to convince me to run for the leadership of our federal party. And I thought for sure this is why he was coming over. He was going to tell me he was going to run for the federal leadership. So he comes over to Stornoway, and once the three of us were alone in a room, he said, Rona, Stephen, I have thought long and hard about this. I spent a lot of time at home in Alberta, and I've heard and seen the pain and the difficulty that people are facing. And he said, it was very emotional. He said, I've got to do something to help. He said, Alberta, he said, at the time, Alberta has always been the bedrock of conservatism in this country. And right then, it was divided and weakened. And he said, I've got to do what's right in my heart. So I'm quitting federal politics, I'm going home, and I'm going to do whatever I have to do to unite the conservative movement in Alberta and help my province. Now, Stephen and I looked at each other and we said, well, this isn't exactly what we thought you were going to tell us. But not only did we understand his motivation, we gave him our full support because we could see clearly that his heart was in the right place. And you know, he won't tell you this, so I'm going to. We all know that Jason walked away from the possibility of being the next leader of the opposition in Parliament and the next Prime Minister of this country one day. But I know that he doesn't regret it for 1 second, because I could see then what I see now and what all of you see, and that is that passion in him to do what is right and what is needed.